if you're going to add something to a car, it's already in the game, and the texture you want it to match the car, it should be only, it shouldn't be too much. Too much you have to do, really, if you name the accessory, if it's got the same name as the texture. So like, we'll use the pickup truck. I always use this pickup. Sometimes I use a different vehicle, but pickup, everybody's got it. So open the zip file, and that folder there, the one that you open, that has all this in it. This is what I'll copy to the clipboard, and then I'll go to the user folder, the vehicles, and that's where I'll paste it. So that means anything done now to this vehicle now is taking place here. So like whatever you do to add this, change it or whatnot, this is the folder that's going to be loading from. Now if you want to revert back to the old pickup, you just remove this folder. Now when you open it up, you'll find in there's a CDAE, that's a cached version of the mesh. Just delete it. And in here you'll see there's a main.materials that it may not have very much stuff in it. I'm not really sure where all the things load from, like when it comes to the stuff that's already zipped up. Like here might be a material file, but it may only have like 2 things in it. I mean, things are loading from other places, but it shouldn't matter. If you make your object with the same material name, hold on a minute, I can't think and talk. HIJKL, there it is. So like, yeah, you see there's just like 2 things in here. Now you can add a new material to this, but that's not really what the question was. So let's import the DAE of that pickup into Blender. I gotta reinstall Blender. I've had issues with my damn thing. Yeah, I can get my JBeam exporter to work. I think I installed the old version. It was not the one Tony fixed. It was sending out duplicate beams. So it was like before it was fixed. So I think anyway, I couldn't get the damn thing to. See, I gotta just remove this whole damn folder. It's just a mess. So this is the older Blender. See, I got the JBeam exporter working in it. I mean, it was working in the other one too. I just, it was giving me, just not exporting right. So let's import that DAE. I'm getting sidetracked already, damn it. Happens all the time. Alright. So let's just say the hood. Right. I would think that would be the same material that's on the rest of the car, or maybe up here the cab would have that material. Pickup. That's the name of the texture, pickup. Now you're not going to see anything in here, even if you put it on materials or anything. You're not going to see nothing in here. It's just, they don't load in here like they do in the game. I mean, it's well, I won't even try to explain it. It's not really something you have to really worry about. You just know they come in here, you ain't going to see anything. Add a mesh. Let's just do a cube. Now what? let's do a ball. Let's do something round. Add a mesh. Sphere. Now, I know this has no place on this car. It's just for illustration purposes. Smooth it out. Now its material will be pickup. Now this needs to be named to whatever part you're going to make it. I'm just going to call it ball. And need to apply all transforms. Now if it's going to be added to the car, I mean, meaning you're just going to fuse it to the body of the car, I don't think that's what the person wants to do, because that wouldn't even be a real mod. That's going to be like just you're adding a DAE to the other DAE. It's not going to deform or anything. So I'm assuming they want this thing to be like a part. We'll export the DAE of the ball by itself in that same folder for the pickup. You can have more than one DAE in there, but it probably is better to have them all together in one object. I'm not sure if it makes that big a difference. Now we're going to do selection only to send that ball over there, because it's going to be separate from the car. Now we just need to export to JBeam, but we got to save a Blender file first. So in that same folder, save Blender file. Now we can export this as a JBeam. Oh, it should only be one object. Let me re-export that ball. I must have two things selected. I didn't mean to do that. Alright, export JBeam for the ball. Now let's go to the pickups folder. There's going to be a exported JBeam folder in there. Pickup JBeam exported ball. Now I could just, if I'm going to attach this thing, I could probably just attach it to the frame. Probably the easiest way to do it. So like in the beam editor, I can import it in a ball like this, and then I can go to the JBeam for the frame, or any part really, and import it in so that I can put them together. Frame.jbeam. Alright, so I'm not going to make a new slot for that ball. I'm just going to add it to the pickups frame JBeam. So it's going to need a new flex body, which is going to be that ball. So I'm just copying and pasting, so I ain't got to type anything. Let's give it a group name of ball also. Now let's go down to the node section, and just remember, wherever you put your nodes, whatever the last thing was that it saw, that's what it's going to be. So you can give it its own weight and all that stuff. I'm just saying, be mindful where you put your nodes, because they inherit whatever was previous to them. And of course you got to put a new group in there. Let me go where the next group starts. Let's just go here. That's where we'll put them. So we need a group name. ball. Ball. Alright, let's go to the ball JBeam and let's get those nodes. Copy them to our clipboard and paste them here. Now let's go down to the beam section. Let's see. We don't want to use support beams, that's for damn sure. They ain't gonna stay. How about these? All these settings look good to me. We'll just stick them in there. Maybe not the ideal, but it'll work. We'll just put them there. We'll just put them there for now. Copy those to the clipboard and paste them here. Now before we get too far, right under here, we're going to put our cursor. We're going to go to beams, add single, and then we're going to make some connections so that our ball can be supported. They're going to have some holding it up there, even if it is all crooked. They ain't gonna hold itself up there. I'm just quickly doing this. It's not neat. It's pretty crappy, actually. Yeah, but it'll hold it up there, I think. I think it'll hold it. If it don't, then I ain't gonna be surprised why. Oh God, that's terrible. Alright, so and you got to make sure you put your cursor here, because it'll send all that stuff up to the top, and if anything's above that, it ain't gonna work. I do it all the time. I forget put my damn cursor there when I do something like this, and it sends all that stuff up to the top. Now if we're not going to use the collision triangles for this, we ain't got to worry about the triangles. But I mean, we can put them over there too. I don't know that this ball is going to stay solid. It might collapse. I ain't spend much time looking at all the stuff. This is really just to get to see if a texture is going to work. Should load with the damn. It should load with the pickup truck texture. Now, if that's the base texture, I don't know. I'm assuming it would be. Yeah, so. I mean, I don't know what that texture is supposed to be. Now, here's what you're supposed to be able to turn that down. Now, what you're supposed to be able to do, you're supposed to be able to go into here, pick the vehicle. Say, enable to pick material from mesh. Let's see. Pick up main. I don't know how this damn thing's supposed to. You're supposed to be able. That's the license plate. You're supposed to be able to just. This is just to pick the damn thing. This I got a lot of textures. I don't know how they did the UVs for this thing. Let me go back. Let's just get this part here and look at the UV editor. Alright, so that's how that's mapped. But like I said, in here you don't see any damn thing, so it's like, you know, it's kind of like pissing in the dark looking for the toilet, not knowing where the toilet is. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it. It's not very it's not very descriptive in here, looking at things. Not really anything to look at. There we go. Now the UVs still aren't right, because I don't know what the hell the mapping is for that damn thing. I mean, I don't know. I don't see nothing in there, so I don't know what's being mapped to what. But that's pretty much that. I can't think of nothing else really to go with that. It's like a damn tumor growing on the truck. I hope that helped. I don't know if it did. But yeah, this picker thing, I thought you could like tell it to map to something in here in particular. Like I said, I use that on the track editor. I didn't like use it on the vehicle thing. I was using it when I was trying to make my first track. But anyway, I hope that helps. I can't think of nothing else to go with this.